Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to give a notice of the following motion, that aware that the first aid training is a key component of emergency medical response, EMR. Further aware that first aid response promotes a safer and healthier community by reducing accidents and injuries, noting that lack of first aid training and skills among the general public has contributed to the aggravation of preventable injuries and accidents, which in some cases has led to loss of lives. Further noting that the current education system does not include first aid training as a compulsory subject in the curriculum, which deprives students of essential knowledge and the skills necessary for their personal safety and that of persons around them, acknowledging that it is critical to equip students with the ability to assess and handle day-to-day emergencies in schools and at home. Now, therefore, this House urges the national government through the Ministry of Education to develop and implement a comprehensive first aid curriculum for schools across the country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Amisi. Next order.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Honorable Silvanos Osoro.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order number 43, I wish to express my deep concern over the recent closure of Nduru Level 5 Hospital in South Mugrango constituency that is within Kisii County, and its devastating impact on the residents of Kisii who depend on this critical health care facility. Honorable Speaker, it is disheartening to note that Nduru Hospital, which was built by the government in partnership with the World Bank, has been closed for almost 3 weeks, causing immense suffering to the people of Kisii County. Honorable Speaker, on 12th of April 2023, the county government sought to transfer medical equipment from the hospital to a different healthcare facility, but members of the local community protested the move by the county government to transfer equipment outside of the sub-county. The incident, Honorable Speaker, resulted in some of the personnel being injured and subsequently led to the closure of the hospital due to safety concerns. As a result, the other medics at the hospital were instructed to down their tools and the facility was indefinitely closed. Honorable Speaker, whereas the national government acted swiftly in restoring security, the hospital remains inoperable. This has adversely affected the most vulnerable who have a difficult time accessing healthcare services, being the only hospital within the sub-county. It is imperative that the county government works with the national government to ensure the reopening of the hospital and the resumption of medical services as soon as possible. Honorable Speaker, the national government recognizes the critical role that the healthcare workers play in our society and has provided the necessary security and the support needed to carry out their duties. Honorable Speaker, action has been taken by the national government to restore security in the area, and I therefore implore on the county government to prioritize the health of our citizens and take prompt action to address the hospital's prolonged closure. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Osoro. I have a request by a few members to comment on this. The first one is Mother Wangari. She's walked out. Chikati Dr. MP Tongaren. Give him the mic.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the fact that one is a governor does not give him permission to move equipment haphazardly from one hospital to another or from one health facility to another. We've had cases where governors remove facilities from hospitals without consultation and without public participation. Mr. Speaker, in my own county in Bungoma at Ndal Hospital, equipment that were brought by some donors to that hospital were removed and taken to another hospital without the consent of the public, which is the beneficiary of that facility. And therefore, what is going on in in Kisi, in Mugirango, is what should be really discouraged completely as an activity which should not be undertaken by the governors. I wish to recommend to you, Mr. Speaker, that you direct the health committee to visit the hospital, the Said hospital, come up with findings and recommend appropriate action against that governor and restore that equipment to that hospital. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Kaitanyi Marian, sorry. Aldai.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to comment